The International Criminal Court Appeals Chamber junked the Philippine government's efforts to block the Jaguar probe. The Department of Justice, on the other hand, insisted that the ICC is not welcome in the Philippines. Margot Gonzales files this report.
It was 4 in the afternoon in the Philippines when the International Criminal Court, or ICC Appeals Chamber, streamed its unfavorable rulings on the Philippine government plea on the Jaguar probe. 3 out of 5 members in the chamber junked the Philippine government's plea against the resumption of the probe and all the arguments raised by the country, including the lack of jurisdiction of the ICC to conduct the investigation. The chamber said the decision was not on the jurisdiction and said further that the government failed to properly raise the impact of its withdrawal from the Rome Statute.
The issue of the impact of the Philippines' withdrawal from the statute on the court's jurisdiction was neither properly raised nor adequately ventilated before the pretrial chamber.
The Office of the Solicitor General, however, denied the majority of the chamber's claim on the issue of jurisdiction.
The issue of jurisdiction is properly raised before the appeals chamber because the pretrial chamber's finding on jurisdiction is an integral part of the impugned decision. The established principle of international law dictates that the court must satisfy itself of its own jurisdiction, and this power to determine its own jurisdiction exists regardless of whether the court is called upon to exercise this power or not.
2 members of the chamber, including the presiding judge, opposed the resumption of the probe.
The appeals chamber, by majority, Judge Orquipanidze and myself dissenting, rejects the appeal and confirms the impugned decision.
To remember, the pre-trial chamber authorized the investigation on September 15, 2021. On November 18 of the same year, the ICC prosecutor informed the chamber that the Republic of the Philippines requested to defer the probe. On June 24, 2022, the ICC prosecutor requested the chamber to resume the investigation. While on January 26, 2023, ICC pre-trial chamber 1 granted the prosecutor's request to resume the investigations into the situations of the Republic of the Philippines. On February 3, 2023, the Philippine government filed its notice of appeal against pre-trial chamber 1's authorization. The DOJ, on the other hand, insisted even before the ruling that the ICC is not welcome in the Philippines. Justice Secretary Crispin said that government will not allow any ICC investigation on the Jaguar, saying that they will not comply even if ICC issues a warrant of arrest.
Hindi, wala silang gagawin dito eh. Wala silang kinalaman sa atin dito. At anong gagawin nila? Papasukin nila tayo? Gusto ba nilang pasukin tayo bilang isang kolonya na naman? Tapos na yun eh. Ginawa na tayong kolonya dati ng Espanya, ginawa na tayong kolonya ng Amerika, ginawa na tayong kolonya ng Japan nung araw, pero tama na. Hindi sila welcome sa Pilipinas. Tayo po ay very hospitable people. Kaya lang, pagka pakikialam na ang gagawin nila, ay hindi po tayo papayag.
Secretary Remulla said that politics has influenced the rulings.
Politika yan. It's going to be a political, in the end, ang gana niyan ay politika. Katulad ng paglapit ng mga CPP, NPA sa United Nations nung araw, pinupolitika nila, meron din yan. Naghaharap sila ng international forum para idulog yung kanilang politika sapagkat hindi nila maidulog dito sa ating bansa.
Philippine Government Foreign Counsel Sarah Bafadfhel emphasized that the Philippines has legal remedies should the ICC insist on arresting individuals, assuring that despite the rulings, the ICC cannot impose police power.
Just to emphasize that there are no police powers for the ICC. It's important to note it does not have any enforcement powers. As I mentioned, it's very much reliant on the cooperation of states parties.
For God and my beloved country, this has been Margot Gonzales, SMNA News.
President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos welcomed former President Rodrigo Duterte's visit to China. More of this report from Hannah Jane Sancho.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte does not need to ask permission to visit his friend, Chinese President Xi Jinping. This is what President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said in response to the meeting between Duterte and Xi in Beijing, China on Monday.
No, permission. Hindi naman kailangan. Alam mo naman ang pupunta siya. At magkaibigan sila, magkakilala sila. So, I hope that napag-usapan nila yung mga issue na ngayon na mga nakikita natin, shadowing, all of these things that we're seeing now. I hope na napag-usapan nila para naman magkaroon tayo ng progress. Kasi yun naman talaga hapon natin, patuloy ang pag-uusap.
President Marcos said he is open to having a new line of communication with China through former President Duterte.
I welcome any new lines of communication. If that is President PRRD, then good. Hindi importante sa akin kung sino, kung ano, basta may makausap sila, baka makatulong. So I hope, I'm sure that we will have hindi naman report, but I'm sure he will be able to tell us what happened during the conversation and see how it affects us.
Former President Duterte and President Xi Jinping met at the Diaoyutai State Guest House in Beijing, with Xi telling Duterte that China is ready to promote steady and sustained relations with the Philippines. Xi also praised Duterte's significant contributions to bring the Philippine-China relations back on the right track. The relationship between the Philippines and China significantly improved under the Duterte administration, following several years of tension that sparked during the administration of former President Noynoy Aquino. For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Hannah Jane Sancho, SMNI News.